Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Saturday Night's Star Power. Thanks for joining us this lovely Saturday afternoon, evening, depending where you're at. We're here to play some more Fate in our JoJo's Bizarre Adventure inspired universe. RJ is fucking with camera stuff. It's a normal Saturday. Thanks for being here with us. We're going to get started with our show here in a second. But I got some announcements and stuff to go through before we get going. Tomorrow, our streaming schedule for this week. Tomorrow, we will, if you like what you see here today and you want to watch more of our faces, do some things tomorrow. A few of us will be in a game tomorrow afternoon called Slaying 201. Yes, that is right. The Slaying crew is back for our... I guess you'll technically call this our second season, though it feels like our sixth. We're back in the Monster of the Week game that Savannah is running at 4 o'clock tomorrow. We had our first session of it last week. It was a lot of fun, but you won't have missed too much if you want to go ahead and jump in with us tomorrow. Otherwise, our schedule for this week should be pretty normal. We'll have streams on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday of next week, and I won't say too much because most if not all of the GMs or players of those games are present here, and I'm sure we'll talk about them here in a second. I'll go ahead and plug at the beginning because I don't do this very often, but we have a merch store if you want to buy any of our GGK officially licensed merchandise. We have all sorts of fun mugs like Sid is showing off right now. We have tank tops and t-shirts and all sorts of great things with just dumb stuff we've said on this channel and off the channel in our Discord. We also have if you don't want to spend real money, but you want to spend some of the points and XP you've accumulated on the channel, you want to interact with the game, we have our Stream Elements store open if you want to redeem any ways to interact with our game here tonight. We have a couple of things that are available for purchase for this system and this game specifically. You can check those out. I believe there are some links in the chat. That's all I have right now. I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to my lovely players here to introduce themselves, talk about who they are, what they do on and off this channel, and who they are playing here tonight, starting with Savannah.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Savvy. I'm at Savvy Seaworth on the internets, mostly on Twitter, where you can find my streaming schedule pinned to the top of my page. I am on this channel a lot. Thursdays, Fridays, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Either playing in games or running them. Like Val mentioned, I run our Monster of the Week game on Sunday afternoons called Slaying 201. And it's really fun. It's set at a university in the fictional town of Cedar Grove, Georgia. And right now, there's ghosts. Or is there? Ooh, coming out this tomorrow. And then I also run The Forgotten on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern here on this channel, as well as Dungeons & Dragons, where we took a bunch of characters from other campaigns and put them all together into their own story. We're playing Hoard of the Dragon Queen, and it's been really fun so far. We're going to pick that back up on Monday. But tonight, I am playing Piper Vega, the brazen professional singer-songwriter, and her anima, Vega, the big transformer-looking motherfucker. And also I do the voice of Vespa sometimes, when I remember.
Next up, I believe, is RJ.
Hey everybody, I'm RJ. You can catch me at RJustice282 on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet about the nerd things in my life and sometimes stream with my friends. Mondays, you can catch me over the Indoor Adventures channel, where we do a homebrew campaign. We are level 17 in the Shadowfell. I play a Shatter Kai wizard who has never been to the Shadowfell. So it's a time. He's learning things about himself, and it's depressing. Thursdays, we haven't announced what we're doing on Thursdays yet.
We mentioned on Friday. I'll say more about it when we get
Feel free to chat about it.
On Thursdays, we are sadly no longer doing our Elegant Magics campaign because we did our finale last week, but I believe we are doing Urban Shadows. Yes, I might rummage around in my old trunk. Hey, Wings, I'm gonna bring Riley into it. It's gonna be fun. He's a sweet little ball of sunshine looking for his mom. Saturdays, of course, every rotating, you can catch me here for Star Power and also Mistborn. Though not next week, I will be unavailable. Finally, Sunday morning over at the Hype Goblins, where we do another 5e campaign. We're in the body of a dead god in the Astral Sea. We were lured there by a siren song, so hate that. And finally, tomorrow, you can catch me over at LB Hack 'em Ups, where I'll be reprising my role as Blitz, or oh lord, Damien Sardonia. That's his name. And today I'm playing Feng Song. He is a fledgling phantom hunter, and his anima is the Four Emperors. I also sometimes voice Omega when I remember.
I think we've all been pretty bad at remembering those lately. Next up is Sid.
Hey, I'm Christina Sid. You can find me on the Twitters at GreekSid, almost exclusively talking about the fun stuff that I do here. Yay! I'm here Thursdays, Fridays, every other Saturday, and on Sundays and Mondays. Woot! It's always a good time around here. Yes, we did just have our grand finale of Elegant Magics, our Good Society game. It was lovely. We had some action, some tragedy, and lots of monster fucking and smooches. It was great. And we're going to have even more of that. Val's going to give me a break because Tech Week for Musical. Woo! So thank you for that. So I just get to play in Urban Shadows. It's going to be awesome. But yeah, we are devising what will be coming up next on Thursdays. But I have already promised that it will obviously include monster fucking and smooches because that's why you watch on Thursdays. Duh. So that's not going anywhere, promise. Whatever we end up doing. Yeah, today I am playing Penny Isa. Penny is the Tech Whiz member of the Isa family. And I also, when I remember, and I did remember to at least pull up lyrics.com, I do also occasionally voice Vega.
Hey everybody, I'm Wings, also known as also known as Danae Keener. On Sunday, we're going to be doing the finale for Rime of the Frost Maiden. For real this time. It's actually happening. I know that it was supposed to happen weeks ago, but like we've had some schedule issues, and it's actually going to happen this time. When we left off last time, our sweet dear boy Hart was left alone with a demi-lich, and Hart gave it a cookie. So let's see how that turns out. However, tonight I'm going to be playing as Vivian Coyle. She's an avaricious thief for hire. Her anima is Vespa. And now that Feng knows that he can talk to his anima, I occasionally voice Black Tortoise, who is one of the Four Emperors.
And I am Val at the Crown's Crown on Twitter and Twitch. You can find me here Thursdays through Mondays playing running games. A few of the games I run have been mentioned already. I run a game called Neon Souls every Friday. We're also playing Fate in a sci-fi pirate swashbuckling adventure as we have started it. Yesterday we had this very special episode because we had a couple players missing, and we played the Quiet Year to sort of establish the main sort of pirate haven that we're going to be utilizing in this new season. And it was a ton of fun, so definitely go and watch that if you want to know more about what's going to be going on this season. Otherwise, I run 2 games on Saturdays, this one, and a game on every other week called Saturday Night's Mistborn. We're playing the Mistborn RPG. And then, like it's been mentioned before, on Thursdays for the next 3 weeks, I will be running Urban Shadows, which is a sort of monster-centered sort of political RPG where everybody is playing some sort of monstrous humanoid that belongs to different factions around the city. There's drama and crime and all sorts of interesting things, and definitely going to be tons of romance with this crew. So come join us for that. I believe I'm going to be setting it in my hometown, one of my hometowns of Dallas, Texas. So you can come hang out with that. It should be a lot of fun. Bunch of cowboy monsters making out with each other. That is all I have for myself, because I'm running this ding dang game. Y'all ready to get started? Okay, let's go and do our recap. That's not good recap music for what happened last session. We're gonna go with this. Last time on Saturday night's Star Power, you all found yourselves at the end of your week of training with Moxie. She had been teaching you some of her abilities, some of her secrets in utilizing her anima powers and passing on those secrets to you. You all gained some amount of mastery over the manifest overdrive skill that she taught you. However, you had noticed a few times throughout the week that Moxie had been disappearing in the evenings. Being very suspicious of her and pretty much everyone in general, given what had happened lately, you decide to follow her, tracking her through use of the Four Emperors aura reading and Vivi's bee scouting. You followed her to the Las Vegas Strip, and specifically the Platinum Star Casino. You approached in a couple of ways. Some of you entering the casino, Vivi perching on a rooftop across the street, as she is wont to do. And eventually you found Moxie in a courtyard sort of behind the casino building proper, and sitting on a bench. Utilizing some of the security cam footage and access that you had, Penny, you had been able to locate her and kind of track her movement over the past couple hours that she had been here, and pretty much seen her doing the same thing for a while, sitting on this bench, walking around the courtyard, keeping an eye on the hotel. Piper decided to be brave and approach Moxie and see what she had to say. And when you do, Moxie, put in a difficult situation and really not wanting you to be there, decided to come clean on a couple of things. She revealed that she had been cursed by a powerful anima, phantom, and certain things that this phantom interacted with or engaged with were rendered essentially invisible to her. Because of this, she could not enter the casino, as for some reason it was blocked to her sight. When all of this was happening, and while you were kind of gaining some more information and learning a bit of, before she was able to reveal everything that had happened, Vivi was attacked as the massive, lumbering, one-eyed Donkey Kong creature, as we were calling it, came... the beast, as I had named it, came stalking up behind her, punched her into the building, into the hotel, and a fight broke out. All of you utilizing your newly developed abilities and your powers. I think pretty much everyone using their manifest overdrive in some way. You attacked and swarmed the creature, forcing it outside the hotel. Through use of Piper's sound manipulation and Omega's time warping. And as it crashed the street below, causing carnage, destroying vehicles that were passing along the Las Vegas Strip, you were able to finally deal the killing blow to this anima, crashing it down through the street, down below into the sewer systems beneath, and essentially crushing it to death with a car that you dropped on it and then repeated to time warp down onto it again and again. With all of this destruction and law enforcement approaching, you fled back to the Isa estate, where Moxie revealed to all of you the situation, removing her sunglasses and showing the cursed nature of her eyes, these sort of black voids with some like star-like patterns across them, and told you why she was here. That this anima that had attacked her was affiliated with a group of not anima, I keep saying anima, phantoms. This phantom that attacked her was grouped with or associated with a group of very powerful phantoms, some of the most powerful that Moxie had ever come across, that referred to themselves as the Tribunal. 3 phantoms naming themselves Vulcan, Nemesis, and Thanatos comprised this tribunal, and they had migrated or relocated here to Las Vegas. Without much more to go on than that, but having at least come to some sort of understanding amongst the 4 of you and Moxie, you decided to rest, retire for the evening, and figure out what your next steps would be. But before we get into that, we cut away to an unfamiliar and unrecognizable location to the audience. A man in a light blue business suit with silver buttons taps the screen of his smartphone while standing in a windowless elevator. Only a low hum resonating through these stainless steel walls. He shifts his balance as the elevator slows to a stop, and the smooth, silvery doors slide open. He slides his phone into his pocket as he steps out, the sleeve of his white Oxford shirt rising just enough to reveal a seamless gold wristband set against his tan skin. He steps into darkness as a narrow glass walkway illuminates by inset LED lights with each step. As he crosses the dark threshold and out over this cavernous abyss, he stops as the platform ends at a waist-high glass panel. Placing his hand on it, he stares out into the darkness with brilliant blue eyes, motionless and calm. So, what's changed today? He mutters to himself, as a soft white spotlight illuminates a massive object hidden in the darkness of the room. A massive golden pillar, humming and glowing slightly from small cracks along its surface. And then we come back. All of you, who I assume are sleeping this evening, have all gone to rest in your relative location. Where is everybody sleeping tonight? Is everyone back at the Isa estate?
Feng went home. He's been away for a few days, and he hasn't done any chores. So,
where does Feng live again? Does he live at the shop?
He lives at the shop, like same as last season, but it's his grandma instead of his grandfather.
Okay.
Vivi got her ass kicked in the last fight, so I think she's spending the night. She's spending the night with the rest of the folks.
Okay. Taking up a room at the mansion.
Yep.
What time is it?
It is late or early, depending on your opinion. I would say maybe it's like 2 a.m. at this point.
I would say then Penny's coming home from having gone to bed and then probably gone to another casino to play cards.
Okay. Piper, you're sleeping at the estate?
Yeah.
Okay. But I have a few things I want to do during the night. I'm going to start with Vivi. Vivi, you have fallen asleep in the in this spacious guest room at the Isa estate. I imagine it's pretty much what you expect from a sort of guest room. Very kind of like small decorations, very like minimally decorated. A nice plush bed with a gray like comforter across it. Some decorative pillows. A couple of vague like beachy pictures on the hanging on the walls.
Vivi has done
And
some paranoid things
Uh-huh.
that only somebody who lives her lifestyle does. She's placed a couple of bottles right outside the door so she can hear if it opens. And she's hung some wind chimes on the window.
Okay. Um, you're not sure how long it's been and how long you've been asleep for, but you wake up. Some point, it's still dark, but music went back to something not scary. Don't do that. You wake up in this unfamiliar bed, not to the sound of bottles moving or to the wind chimes rustling, but instead to the sound of what sounds like jazz music playing through a gramophone out in the hall.
She like sits stock up in bed, just like eyes wide.
You wake up and you scan around the room. No one's in there. Nothing's moved. It's dark. You catch like the faint bit of probably light cresting over the horizon. Like the sun is just threatening to rise within the next hour. But you look around and you realize your phone isn't. Yeah, I assume Vivi would probably keep it near her side of the bed or under her pillow. That's
right
missing.
next to the knife.
There are no chimes on the window, and there are no bottles by the door.
Like she stands up, like confused and a little concerned. She's going to creep as quietly as possible towards the door, looking for any possible sign of intrusion.
Okay. Why don't you do a notice check?
Oh boy, oh boy. I'm good at those, or I'm supposed to be. And I've opened up 5 billion tabs. Okay.
So this would be overcome. And I'm just going to set this at it's just going to be at a 1. This is not very difficult.
Oh. Okay. I will hit this button, and I will hit this button, and that will roll for me. And my total is 4. Oh. Val, I think you're muted.
I thought I had muted myself. Okay, so you succeed with style. So you get a boost in addition to attaining your goal. So you could probably call the boost aware, alert, something along those nature. You're very cognizant of your surroundings, so if anything happens to you, you can invoke that. Nothing else in the room seems to be moved. You don't catch any sign that anyone is in here. Well, you do pick up. So you're standing by the door, but you haven't opened it yet.
Mm-hmm. I think she's just listening.
You hear another sound. It's difficult to discern under the noise from the jazz music, which again, you pretty clearly is on like some sort of gramophone. The quality of it is very kind of grainy and distorted. But there's another noise that's coming through. It sounds like very soft buzzing. A buzzing that you're familiar with, like the buzzing of your bees.
Is she able to manifest Vespa?
Oh, good point. You attempt to, and nothing happens. Vespa seems lost to you at this moment.
Okay. I want to say that she's almost like in a dreamlike state, like still very scared, but like she's just got like these wide dilated eyes, and she will, as silently as possible, turn the doorknob.
Okay. You turn the doorknob. A little bit of light spills in from the hall as you open the door, or what should be the hall, because what you open the door to is not the hallway that this room was on before. Instead, as you open it, you step out into an entirely unfamiliar space to you, but somehow comforting. What did Vivi's home look like? In the before time.
I want to say quaint, like a 2-floor situation with like a kind of a balcony and a stairwell that goes down into a kitchen and dining area. And like it's very warm, like in color. There's a vast like field of flowers out the window, with like boxes just sort of dotting along.
Okay. So you step out, I assume, from your room onto this balcony in the interior of the house, and you can look down and you can see this like small living space in the kitchen, and this everything's very old, very unfamiliar to you as your current memory stands. And you can see just off like the main living area, there is a small gramophone with a record playing, and this very calm, kind of low jazz music echoing up from its bell. And that buzzing that you're hearing is the sound of most of them still asleep, but as the sun is beginning to rise and it's beginning to warm up out in these fields beyond, the sound of the bees stirring in their hives. And as you look back over your shoulders, the room you just walked out of, it is not the same that you just walked out of. It is a matching room to this small country house.
I think she's going to like walk in just sort of like staring around at everything she's looking at, everything feeling strangely familiar, but somehow off. And she's just gonna walk over to the gramophone and stare at it for a second, and then she'll just take the needle off the record.
Okay. There's that slight kind of scratching in that instant. The music stops, only the sound of the wheel clicking as the record continues to spin. Only the sound of that light buzzing growing out in the field outside these large pane glass windows along the front of the house. And you look, as you pick up the needle off of the record, there's a small photograph in a small like brass frame sitting on the table nearby, and the figure in the photograph, even from where you're currently standing, you can make it out very clearly. It's a photo of a young woman standing what you would assume is on the porch of this very house, in old 1920s clothing, and it looks like you.
I think she's just gonna pick it up and like furrow her brow at it, trying to understand.
As you pick it up, the light of the light coming from the kitchen that is casting into this room reflects off of it, and you look at the photograph, and just when it catches the light the right way, the glass on the picture cracks, like straight down the center. And this jars you enough to divert your attention elsewhere, and you catch a bit of movement outside as you see some dark-clad figure walk from between the beehives and kind of disappear into the field of flowers.
I think she grabs the poker off the fireplace.
Mhm.
It was walking away, right?
Yes, like away from the house through the flowers.
All right. Well, she's gonna hold on to that, and she's actually gonna, like, go, like, throw open the door, and try and creep after it.
Okay.
I want to say that there's like at least part of the field is sunflowers. So like she goes like darting into like these tall grasses.
And I think
past her.
That is where they have disappeared off to, is in these tall like sunflowers, because that's what I was kind of imagining too. So you grab the poker, go rushing out the front door, moving as quietly but as quickly as you can, following them. And as you're moving behind them, as quickly and quietly as you're moving, they continue to almost seem to be moving like further and further away from you, to the point where you are trying to catch up, almost in like a slight like a jog turning into a sprint, as you're trying to catch up with them, as this sort of like almost endless field of flowers continues to stretch ahead of you, the leaves whipping at your face, stinging you in the like cold morning air, until finally you emerge into a clearing, and this wall of sort of looming sunflowers is encircling around you, and this shape is standing at the center of this clearing. And they stop, and they turn, and you see Penny. And she smiles at you, and then you wake up.
Cold sweat, all the blankets kicked off of the bed.
And you are back in the room that you were before, bottles still intact, wind chimes hanging by the window. I'm going to cut away from that for a second, give you some time to process what Vivi might do, because one other thing happens during the night. Piper, you wake up. You actually wake up to a buzzing from your phone, which I assume is lying on the bed next to your face.
Okay.
And it's a phone call from your alarm company.
Hello?
What is Piper's last name? I can't remember.
Hale?
Hale, okay. Hi, this is John with ADT Security. Is this Miss Piper Hale?
Yeah?
Ma'am, could you please provide your verbal authorization code?
Vega?
Thank you. We received a notice of an alert at your residence, 555 Silver Avenue. Is this your address? Are you currently there?
Is that my address?
I'm just making it up. Let's just go with it.
Sure. That's my address. I'm not there.
Man, we've had an alarm trip at your residence. Would you like us to send out the police?
No, it's probably just the cat. I'll take care of it.
All right. Would you like me to disable the alarm?
Yeah.
Okay. There's some clicking on the other side. It says, all right. Well, thank you, ma'am. If there's anything wrong or if you need a technician out there, we can send one out tomorrow.
Thanks. Piper's already, like, getting out of bed, like, pulling her boots on.
Okay. And you hang up on John, who will never appear again. I'm not writing that NPC name down.
Damn.
You say this now.
God damn it. All right, I'm going to add him just in case.
If I want to date John from the alarm company.
Intentionally setting off your own alarm just so you get a call from John.
You know, he had a very soothing voice. I just, there's something about him.
So you get dressed. Are you heading over to your
Yeah.
Your home? Okay. It is early. I'd say it's probably about, well, let's say it's 3 a.m. And unless anybody disagrees with it and wishes to veto this, I think that as you are walking out, you go to reach for the front door, and the door opens, and Penny is walking in.
Hi.
Hi. Just kind of pushes past.
Where are you going?
Home. Somebody set off my alarm.
Did you call the police?
No.
Do you want some backup?
I don't have an extra helmet.
I'll be fine.
Yeah, alright. Get on.
Penny gets on.
You get on Piper's bike. The two of you go driving off into the night. You arrive back at your apartment. We said it's an apartment building, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I assume that Piper, I think, made the hopefully reasonable assumption that Piper had some sort of security system.
Oh, yeah,
installed in
for
her
sure.
apartment. Yeah. So you head up the elevator to your floor, and you come up to your apartment door, and it is, I'll say it's slightly ajar.
Well, it wasn't Vivi. Gonna slowly open the door, kind of look inside.
You do. You look inside. Go and roll a notice check for me.
Okay.
Can Penny roll notice too? She can't
The both of
see,
you
but she can listen.
Both of you can roll notice, and this is going to be a contested roll. Holy crap!
Oh no.
I'm not rolling on roll anymore.
It really hates you a lot.
For the
I
folks
didn't
at
do
home,
too great either.
I rolled 4 negatives.
Woo!
I rolled
Essentially
four
a critical fail.
of them. So that's a -3. I'm getting my dice out.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
roll.
didn't do so hot either.
Fix your shit.
What the fuck?
I rolled
roll?
I rolled a 2.
Damn.
So the two of you head in, trying to move as quietly as you can. Everything seems to be in place as you're moving through your through the front entryway into like the main living room. I'm gonna say that maybe Penny and Piper sort of break off a little bit. Penny heads to like one of the side rooms. Piper heading through the main living room to her bedroom near the back. And Piper, as you cross the living room, someone behind you says, "Oh, Hey, Piper.
Wheels around.
You turn around to see, and I'm going to use a compel here against our campaign aspect time break. You turn around to see Aurora. Blue hair, spiky, short cut, small tattoos on her forearms, sitting in a chair. She has your laptop in her hand, which she was in the process of tucking into her backpack. You see your sister.
Okay.
If you're okay with that.
Mm-hmm. The fuck are you doing here?
I wanted to borrow your laptop. Yeah, okay. She takes it out and hands it to you.
Is she younger?
Yeah, I think she's a couple years younger than you. And I'll give some context for Aurora too. You can decide what sort of terms you're on. Aurora's a bit of a troublemaker. Was kicked out of your house.
What?
Was kicked out of your house when she turned 18 by your parents. Had gotten in a fair bit of trouble legally with some shoplifting, other sort of small, mostly theft-based crimes, and she typically only comes around when she wants money.
What's it for this time?
Right. I might owe a guy just a little bit. There's I mean nothing like big. There's just a small bit of trouble I got into.
What did you do?
I promised someone something and I wasn't able to get it to them. No big.
So we're stealing again. Is that what I'm getting from this?
Yeah, but like not a lot. Just, enough to get by.
And you need my laptop to get by.
I figured you wouldn't need it, Miss Popstar. You can buy yourself a new one. I'm sure you've got insurance on your nice apartment here.
Do you know how much fucking work is on that thing?
I mean, do you not use cloud storage?
That's not the point. The original documents with the timestamps are important, okay?
Okay, so if I could just borrow like $1,500.
1,500?
Can Penny come out of the side room now?
Yeah, I think Penny, you hear this and you can come to join the conversation.
Why are you even in?
Hi.
Penny? Aurora, Penny.
Is your girlfriend?
Not yet.
No. Who are you and why are you breaking into her house?
This is my younger sister. She's a criminal and needs money, so she's stealing my laptop. Instead of asking, like a normal human would.
How much money do you need?
$1,500.
The laptop's not worth that.
It's like
She
5
reaches
years old.
into the bag. She reaches in the bag and also takes your jewelry box out of it and sets it on the table.
Aurora, I swear to God.
Listen,
What are you even doing in Vegas? I thought you were gone.
I've been back for a little bit.
And this is how you tell me. You set off my alarm at 3 a.m., stealing my laptop and a jewelry box that actually has very little in it, actually.
Well, you tend not to answer my calls.
Oh, I wonder why.
Right. Sorry.
Can Penny roll, like, can she roll resources? I wanna basically say that when she came home from cards, she won pretty big.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think this would be sort of like an overcome action to overcome this situation by paying off Piper's sister. So yeah, for $1,500, how would I? I'll put that at a 2.
Okay. Nope. Never mind.
You maybe have
Zero.
like, I would say maybe you've got like $200 on you right now. Not nearly that much.
She'll take that out.
Penny, no.
Here.
The cash isn't the issue, okay?
She doesn't hesitate. She takes the money, but tucks into her pocket.
Pulls out her business card. Hands it over. Don't do this. This is really shitty.
Penny, I think I can handle it.
I like her.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Piper's gonna go into her bedroom, and pull out some cash. Come back.
I'll since we're setting the precedent, I'll go ahead and have you roll resources for me too.
What is my resources? Much better. 3.
Okay, you've got enough. Hand her the cash. Thanks.
Aurora, next time you need something, just call me, okay?
Right. Well, then, I mean, since you're already helping and stuff, maybe you can... So there might be a little more trouble than just the money.
Hold
sort
on.
of got on.
Piper's gonna walk over to a cabinet, pull out a bottle of bourbon, pour a whole glass of it, come back. Okay.
Rude, you didn't offer me one, but fine.
You're not old enough to drink.
I am in some places.
Mm-hmm. Well, not in my apartment.
Fine. So I may also have tried. So the person I tried to steal from also might be a little bit miffed at me.
Sure.
So this gets like the person off my back. So we're square there. But I may have tried to lift from a casino, and
If the words platinum star come out of your mouth, I'm going to kill you.
How did you know?
Tell me what happened. Everything. You do not leave anything out.
So I got the tip that there was a poker game that was going on at the casino, one of the back rooms. I my contact gave me the date and the time. I was gonna bump into one of them and skim a little bit off the top. Try to lift from a few of them, and they came out. Well, she's got real sharp eyes, I'll tell you that. I mean, that was clean. Like, best work that I've done.
Who?
I don't know her name. Some really angry looking woman in a power suit.
Just looks at Penny.
Does that sound vaguely like the Stephanie you were aware of? Okay, great.
So I got out of there pretty quick before her muscle could grab me. Chased me a couple blocks. But they definitely made me. Tried to take a bus out of town, and there were some people there at the station. So I think they're keeping an eye out for me, and yeah.
So you led them to your sister's apartment.
No, I'm offended. I would never. I know how to spot a tail, and, well, I know how to get into someplace unseen.
By leaving the door to the
Plus-
hallway open.
Well,
And setting
Ark
off
was-
a very simple alarm. I'm sorry, I can't believe you still have ADT. You know I could hook you up with something much better.
I know, I need to
listen.
update it.
Ark was watching out for me. That's why I knew that you were coming up anyway. And I just waited here, so...
Ark.
As you say that, and I think, Piper, you know this too, rising up through the floor is a silver-plated
That's my next
humanoid figure with this sort of... It looks like Vega, kind of the same sort of build, like very like sort of robotic looking, no speakers or anything on it. Instead has these like panels that are like glistening slightly, like glitter, almost very bright looking. Ark is her anima.
Hey, big guy.
In sort of a very tinny voice. What's she doing here? It's fine. It's fine.
I live here.
I thought we lived here now. No, we don't. We were just robbing the place. Does that not mean we live here now? No, it doesn't. Just shh. All right. Just go wait in the corner.
So,
Strong genes in your family.
extremely. So, Aurora, I hate to tell you this, but this is different from the other fuck ups. Okay. This is not shoplifting. This is not stealing from mom's purse. This is not breaking into my apartment. This is like if the mob had superpowers.
That's actually exactly what it is. This was like a mob leader who has an anima, so that's actually exactly what this is.
She's like us.
Oh, shit.
You didn't see her anima like at all while you were checking this out?
No, but that explains why she made me. Damn it. I'm blaming you for this. As she points over to Ark in the corner, who just sort of hops and keeps his arms crossed.
Any kind of responsibility at this point from you would be amazing. I get it.
So-
You've had a hard go. I still think it's fucked that you got kicked out and all of that, but at this point, you're asking for trouble.
Well, it's fun, at least.
You have a perfectly good resource available to you. And this is what you do?
I know. So what do I need to do then?
You need to get the hell out of Las Vegas.
They'll find her, Penny.
So you know this, Stephanie?
Not as well as we're going
Unfortunately.
to.
You think you can get her off my back? Like, I didn't even take anything from her. And honestly, it feels very petty.
Looks to Piper.
We're at least gonna have to talk to Vivi. Penny, we can't just send her away. They'll find her.
Can I do a compel here on you, Vivi?
Oh God,
They know
please
each
do.
other.
Your troubled past.
Oh yes.
That Aurora and you have done business together. that you've worked together in the past.
Okay. Is this a positive relationship or a negative one?
Maybe your relationship with I leave it up to you if you want to go one way or another. I was thinking, she's younger, new to the area, maybe you bumped into each other, took her under your wing a little bit, but if you want to go a different route with it.
Okay. I want to say that I want to say that they know each other for sure. For sure.
Do you think that I was gonna go with you didn't know that this was Piper's sister?
Yes.
Okay.
I agree with that also.
Okay. So she says, "Wait, you know Vivi? Wait, same Vivi, like
With the bees.
like with the bees?"
Still got the antenna.
Yeah, and and I think she's an anime user too. That's maybe another reason why y'all connected and stuff. So I love Vivi.
Penny, I'm going to kill her.
That was probably the worst thing you could have said.
Penny, do you own a gun?
I don't have it here, and no, you can't borrow it.
The better thing would have just been to lie and say no, because now I know you have a gun. I'm gonna kill her.
They heard
Vivian Coyle,
you
if you can
me.
hear me, because I know
Oh.
you've probably bugged this apartment, if you can hear me, you're dead.
Cut to an empty room with the window open and wind chimes gently jingling.
If there's nothing else here, I want to cut to a different scene, but we can, if there's anything you want to wrap up here.
Just one thing.
Okay.
Okay, well, you're coming with us.
Cool. You still got the bike?
Yeah.
Can I drive?
No.
No.
Fine.
I have a thought. You ride back. I'll get a lift with her. And hopefully... Let me try something. This may be weird. Can I try and use Omega? Can we put her in like a time stasis sort of situation? Not like she can't move or anything, but like I'm basically trying to cloak her for the time being.
So how do you envision that looking or working?
That would be sort of the veil of Omega falls over her, almost like he does when she is trying to sort of like almost freeze someone in place. But it's just almost the time around her, so she wouldn't even register as being like a person, or she's almost like an object. So there is no time affecting her, unlike a living being.
Okay, so sort of you're shunting her from the time stream so she can't be perceived by
Temporarily,
like,
yes.
clock stoppers. Shit. Okay. Sure. I will say this will be like a create an advantage roll. So let's go and roll for that. I guess you went with Will for your I think Will probably makes the most sense, as we have kind of used as the catch-all of using your
Usually you
anima
shoot for him,
powers.
but maybe not in this situation.
Yeah, shoots more like to attack.
Yeah,
I don't think that
that's
would be
fair.
necessarily like manifesting your powers this way.
That's fair. Fuck you, Roll. You suck today. I'm going to regular dice too. 1.
All right. So with create an advantage, let's see. Just want to check if you get anything when you fail.
That's not good to hear.
All right. So someone can benefit from your detriment here, but that might not come up just yet. So yeah, Omega tries to create this warping effect around her, and she just kind of like stands there.
Maybe
Awkwardly.
her anima doesn't like it all that much.
Yeah, maybe that's what I was. Omega approaches, and you watch actually, because her tag for Arc is Lightbending Berserker. So I think just like as soon as Omega moves close, Arc just lunges across the room and just like punches Omega with like a glowing, brilliant fist. Like the room kind of like explodes in light for a second. You hear that grunt from Omega as it sort of like is dispersed for a second in the shadowy form, and like recoalesces behind you.
Not friend, not friend.
And you just hear Arc say, "You're being attacked!" As he punches, as he punches Omega. She goes, I'm sorry. No, I'm not. Please stop doing that."
Well, somebody has to do it.
I want to say Omega has shrunk down to like this little humanoid form and's hiding behind Penny's leg.
And you watch as that brilliant light kind of fades and recedes back into Arc after that attack. She goes, "Maybe we should just skip that part. I'll just put on a jacket or something."
There's some in the front closet.
Oh, I know. And she heads over to... By the way, I have some clothes to get back to you. She takes a jacket out of the closet, puts a hood, grabs a hoodie out of it and puts it up.
I completely missed everything that was said in the last 20 seconds because my AirPods just cut out completely.
Omega's fucking dead.
What?
No, Arc punched
He's
Omega.
just sad.
What the fuck?
He's just sad.
Omega said, not friend, not friend.
Oh!
Shrunk down to tiny baby Omegans hiding behind Penny's leg.
Arc punched him. Okay. New plan.
And
You're coming with me. Penny, we're going back to your house.
Are you sure that's where you want to go? Because that's where my gun is.
Already over it. I don't know where else we would go. You're kind of our last shot here.
Fine.
Moxie might be able to help. Welcome to the team. go.
I think she's already just like skipping down the hall. We'll end that scene there, and do a different music as we go to Feng for a minute. Let's see. I want something. Feng. We'll go to Feng here, and then this will also, we'll have to reconcile where Vivi has gone and where Vivi is at. Feng, you've gone home and slept through the night.
Mm-hmm.
You awake in the morning. Gather it's maybe like 8, 9 o'clock. Maybe slept in a little bit. I don't know how early Feng usually gets up. But you went to bed pretty late. So you wake up to a commotion downstairs that you're hearing through the floor of your room in the upstairs of the North Star. And you swear you hear your grandma shouting at someone.
Pulls on some sweats and a sweater, goes downstairs and peeks his head around the corner. Everything all right?
You, as you say that, you see your grandma that is currently standing in the near the doorway. The doors to the shop are open. The close sign is still up. However, currently kind of like standing in front of her, like not putting any hands on her, but trying to just like keep her back. You see a figure in a black suit, and has like an earpiece in that you can see from your current vantage point. Your grandmother has some papers in hand. She's kind of half crumpled up and is like waving in this person's face, as a number of other figures in similar black suits are coming into the shop, grabbing boxes of things from the cellar downstairs and taking them out to a van outside, which is a pure like black like SUV with a big white logo on the side that looks like a bullseye. And your grandmother's just shouting at them and saying, "You have no right to do this. I demand to speak with whoever is in charge of all of this. And be careful with that. That's very delicate." And they're like, as they're carrying this like big vase outside.
He'll walk down the stairs, put his hand on his grandmother's shoulder. I can
Fang.
I can handle this.
I don't understand what's going on. They just came in. They said they had a warrant to seize all of our stock, and she just hands you the paper and goes back to shouting at them as they're at the government agents that are currently carrying the stock out of the store.
Turns to the agent. "I'm sorry, it's very early in the morning." He read through the papers. Exactly who said that you're allowed to seize antiquities from my grandmother's shop?
This man remains silent. However, you hear somebody else walking from outside answer your question, and you hear her say, "That would be the federal government." And as she steps in, you see a woman, the same like in a black suit, short black hair, and she steps in and says, "My name is Special Agent L, here on behalf of AIM, AIM for short."
Right. What are you gonna do with our stock?
We're seizing it as part of an ongoing investigation. I can't speak more detail than that. I'm afraid it's classified.
Right.
If you have any questions, you can file an appeal to the district judge, though I will tell you now that this is all completely within the scope and purview of our department.
If Feng looks over his shoulder, is his grandmother's back turned? Because she's yelling at the agents.
Yeah, we can say that.
Can I do an aura reading to see if they're anime users?
Okay. Maybe a notice check?
Got it. +2. I think that's a 2? Yes, 2.
You do not believe that any of them are... none of them have telltale signs of anima auras.
Are the things that they are grabbing anime infused?
Yes. A lot of them are. Maybe some of them aren't, but a lot of the stock they are taking from downstairs is like some of the imbued like relics and things that your mother or your grandmother keeps in the shop.
Right. Do you have a business card that I can take in case I have any questions further down the road?
What's your name?
Feng, ma'am.
And your relation to the shop owner?
My grandmother.
Reaches into her breast pocket of their suit, pulls out a card, and it's very minimal. It's all black, has the same like logo on the front and on the back. It just says L, and it has a phone number. Or agent, special agent L, has a phone number.
Tucks it away in his pocket.
She looks you over, so you tuck it away, and she says, "Can I ask you a few questions? That might help with our investigation."
Sure, I guess. Can I get changed for some sort of my PJs?
I'll be down here.
He'll head upstairs, reaching for his phone, quickly, just like calling Penny in a hushed tone.
I'll say that Penny, Piper, Aurora probably back at the house at this point. And I assume Vivi is not there right now. Okay, we'll get to Vivi in a second.
Hey, Feng, I was just about to call you. We've got a issue.
Hey, I've got a really big problem right now.
What? What's wrong?
There are some suits here. I think they're feds, and they're taking anima-infused objects.
What?
Yeah, it's some black van outside. There are like 10, 15 suits over here.
Okay.
One of them wants to ask me questions.
Don't. Do they have are they taking you under arrest?
You know, I didn't ask.
Okay. If you're not being arrested and you are not being forced to answer any questions, don't say a fucking thing. You got it?
I kind of said that they could interview me.
Well, that's not
I can
happening anymore.
Okay.
Tell them you've called your lawyer and that you're not going to speak any further until you have a lawyer present.
All right.
Great. I'm going to call my Uncle Vic and I'm going to have someone sent over. Do not let them leave with anything.
Will do. If he leans out the window, can he see the van?
Yeah.
He reaches his hand out, because I imagine he's doing this at like a side alley.
Sure.
And he will rotate his wrist 3 times and make a fist. And I want to shoot out a tire, so it keeps them there.
Okay. It seems like create an advantage would be the most applicable here. And this isn't particularly difficult. I'll put this at a 1. You're just shooting a tire at an unmoving car. So you could do a shoot roll or a fight. I think either one would work for.
All right. That would work. If I don't blow up the car. Oh shit! No, hold on. That's all of the.
Yeah, 8 dice might be a little much.
It's like, holy shit!
That is a 4.
Okay. Succeed with style. So you get a situational aspect with 2 free invocations on it. So I will say the situational aspect, maybe something along the lines of like big summer blowout. I don't know, something along those lines.
I hate that fucking sign. The gauntlet is in the form of a bird's talon. It is crimson in color, and he waves a hand, and like 3 feathers appear and shoot into a tire and stick into it, with the purpose of exploding when they drive away.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a compel here. Offer you a compel here against your what is the name of it? I remember unbridled power. Yeah. The shot, you've been doing a lot of training. Finesse might still be a little difficult at this point. The like feathers you shoot out come out like almost like swords, and just puncture straight through the tires. And I think do that, and then immediately kind of like the van kind of sinks down onto the feathers, and then kind of the explosion happens, and the whole van kind of goes poof, like up, like.
Yes.
Can Penny have heard that over the phone?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, Vegas heat and the click.
And as that happens, a couple of the agents outside that were loading in the van immediately like scatter out of the van and go looking at it, and they seem very freaked out at this point because the back of the van just exploded. You hear some of the things inside kind of moving around a little bit. You hear something break. But what you also hear is a sound from downstairs, like a loud beeping. It's like dee 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 dee. And you hear very heavy footfalls very quickly coming up the stairs.
Feng immediately throws off his sweater, throws off his pants, and waits.
And you come as it kind of busting up into the room. You see Special Agent L holding some sort of like black like box in her hand, and it is giving off this like very loud beeping noise. And she silences it as she steps in, and she looks at you and kind of looks away, like very.
She does a double pump first. He's ripped. Come on.
She does what she does. She's a professional. She looks away, not necessarily embarrassed, but obviously like trying to remain professional in the situation. She says, "What just happened?"
I don't know. You tell me? I heard a bang outside.
Will you please put on some clothes?
Was going to. Then I heard the bang. Jeans. Shirt.
As soon as your clothes are on, she goes kind of moving around the room, looking over a couple of things and like scanning through, still having this box in hand, though it doesn't seem to be making any noise right now. And she kind of wheels back around on you. She says, "Were you responsible for that?"
For...
Do you have an anima?
I'm not answering any more questions until my lawyer gets here. But his face is visibly shaken.
I'm trying to decide whether I even have you roll deceive here. Okay, you're not lying, but there is like an element of deception going on here of like trying to remain calm. because she is going to try to read you. So you will have to defend with something. So I think deception probably makes the most sense, unless you can think of something else.
I don't have any skill in deception, so it's just going to be a straight roll.
Okay. If you have something else that you think you could that would make sense to deceive with, to defend with. You can do that, but she is going to attempt to read you, which she can do with investigate because of her attention to detail stunt.
I think it'd be fitting if Feng fails here, because yep, that's a 0.
That's
he
a
doesn't
3.
have a poker face.
I think she just eyes you over, and there's like a long pause. We'll be speaking again soon, I think. She puts the box in her pocket, or kind of, I think it like clips to her belt, and she walks out of the room.
Feng pulls up his phone, goes to the group Snapchat, looks up a GIF of the Dark Brotherhood with the hand that says "We know," and sends it to the group chat.
Why is the Dark Brotherhood in all of our games this week?
Okay. Is there, unless there's something you want to do here, Fang, do you want, is there anything you want to do at the shop either while they're there or after the agents leave? Or I guess Penny is on her way with Vic, right? Okay. Is there anything you want to do before that? If not, I want to cut to Vivi real quick,
Yeah.
but
If anything, he's just trying to calm his grandma down, kind of saying, hey, we'll get this settled. They can't, seize all of our product. I have a friend whose uncle is a lawyer and they're coming down to speak with us, blah, blah.
Yeah, they are very she is very angry. I think anger is her number one emotion right now that she is registering. I think if you weren't there and she had a little less control here, that she would just lunge at the closest and like you see each one of the agents that is carrying something out from the shop, there's this like moment of like her clenching her fist like she's just gonna sock them.
He's gonna go over and hide the bamboo broom just in case.
But you wait. Before we get to that, so is it just Penny and Vic that are coming, or is Piper gonna come too, or is Piper staying back with Aurora?
Piper's gonna stay back with Aurora.
Well, I guess let's because I think a good question here is where's Vivi at right now, and are we going to bring the whole Vivi Aurora Piper situation to a scene soon?
Piper, what do you have? A knife?
No. I've got a scene for Vivi if we need something to go out on before break.
Sure. Yeah, let's do that real quick, and then we can kind of decide a few scenes that we want to do amongst all of you for the second half. So what do you want to do, Vivi?
So we see her room empty, looking a little bit looking a little ransacked, just a little. And the wind chimes are ringing as the window is left open. And then smash cut to the desert with Vegas sort of on the horizon. The sun is still rising, and Vivi is on a motorcycle. She does not own this motorcycle. She totally hotwired it and stole it. She rides out into the middle of the desert, and then goes off the road a little ways. And there is a single white box that is out there, and she just sort of is fiddling with the radio, trying to find something that isn't specifically big band, but we're in Vegas, baby, and so that's their bread and butter. And so finally she just turns it off and drives in silence, and then she cuts off the motorcycle, walks over to that box, sort of sighs, and then like lifts open the top of it and pulls out like a slide which has honeycomb on it. And she just sort of examines it, flips it over, and then like puts that back in there. And she does some beekeeping.
Okay. Is this like this is just a small little like
Vignette?
bee? Yeah. Or did I just say like she just has like one of these out here with like some actual bees that?
Yeah, just the one, like actual like 6-legged insects with the 3 body segments, and she just like makes sure that they're doing okay and they aren't getting sick.
Okay. You do this as the sun begins to rise and the heat begins to grow along the outskirts of Vegas. You can hear your phone along with the bees buzzing at some text messages that are coming out to your from the group as things seem to be also heating up for many of them.
I think she ignores the first one, ignores the second one, and then like there's like 3 in succession, and then she just sighs. She walks back, checks her phone.
Okay. And we'll go ahead and take our break here because there's a lot going on, and y'all can take a couple minutes to figure out what each of you wants to focus on for the second half here. Thanks everyone out there for watching, everyone in the chat that is engaging. We will be back very soon for the second half of our session to see where all this goes. So stay tuned, and we will see you all very shortly.
So upset right now.
Welcome back, Internet. The rest of the game's canceled. Thanks for joining us here tonight. Sorry, RJ said some shit right before we went back live, and I'm broken. Thanks for hanging out with us when we took our break. We're gonna jump right back in, and I don't know what y'all want to do right now, so I'm gonna leave it up to y'all. What scenes are we looking at before we get back into it? Who's doing what? Because I know Penny's going with Vic to
Yes.
the North Star.
And I kind of just made that up that Vic is a lawyer, but it makes sense that like having a security company, somebody's got to be a fucking lawyer. So yeah,
listen,
Vic makes sense.
I'm totally fine with that.
Okay, cool.
His job is so stressful. That's why when he's not working, he's always on island time.
Exactly.
I mean, he matches with a lot of the personalities of lawyers that I've known and met too. So
Perfect.
It's either super high strung or like just way too chill.
Super high all the time.
Perfect. Okay, so y'all are going to do that.
Yes.
Piper, what are you doing with Aurora right now?
Piper wants to talk to Moxie about this Stephanie situation.
Okay.
Because she thinks she might have some insight, and that's the most powerful person she knows who also knows who Stephanie is.
Do we want to bring Vivi in on that scene too? Or Wings, what do you want to do with Vivi?
If she would like.
I'm trying to decide like who would get to Vivi first and like ask her to like show up and do anything. Because like if the government is taking Feng's shit, Vivi's solution to that is steal it back.
Yeah, so what are the...
But on the other hand, if she gets like a text from Piper saying we need to talk.
Oh no, I think Piper calls her.
Oh, okay.
Danger zone. But I think that's a Vivi's priority.
I want to
decision.
say that like for the first time ever, like Piper goes to voicemail. Usually, when she calls Vivi, it's like one ring, pick up, like go. But like it goes to voicemail for the first time. And then like while you're sitting there in shock, you get a call back. Hey, what's up?
Hey, we've got a problem.
Elaborate.
So you have a friend named Aurora. Blue hair, skinny, obnoxious, likes to steal things.
And
She fucked over your friend Stephanie.
that sounds like a her problem. I told her to stay away from there.
No, Vivi, it's an us problem now. See, Aurora's my little sister.
Get out.
No.
Huh. Oh, okay. That makes a lot of things make sense.
Wait, what things?
It's just like the way that you act and the way that she acts. Like, I mean, the way that you treat me, the way that you're always like, oh, we all have to like get together and hold hands and sing Kumbaya. Yeah, no, like this is, I'm starting to connect the dots. Okay.
That doesn't
So-
sound like me at all.
So, tell her to go home.
No.
Why not? She's got a family. She's got something to go back to. So why is she even out here? Tell her to go home.
But do you know something about my sister that I don't?
I don't know, does she?
Probably not. I imagine maybe, especially knowing how Vivi is, probably. I mean, is Vivi the type that would even try to learn anything, any personal details about her friends?
Probably not. I'm imagining her relationship with Aurora was very much like a they wound up on the same job, like, and she sort of found Aurora like bumbling around, and she's like, "Oh, look at you, you're so cute. Okay, here's how not to get caught in this particular instance, and I'm leaving."
And then Aurora just sort of like latched on.
Yeah.
To try to
Tagged
learn more.
along for a bit until Vivi finally shook her.
Yeah. So yeah, probably doesn't know much about Aurora's personal life, which would also explain why you don't know about Piper.
Right.
Vivi, she doesn't have a home to go to.
Okay, last I checked, your parents were still alive, right?
My parents booted her when she was 18.
God, parents can suck sometimes, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, we don't talk much. So, she's sitting with me in one of Penny's many, many sitting rooms right now. And you're going to help us deal with this.
Okay, what do you want me to do?
Well, I don't know, but you seem to be Aurora's main contact in whatever sort of underworld you exist in. I'm gonna have to stop making those jokes because I literally just learned that there's a thing out there named Thanatos. But you, out of all of us, know the most about Stephanie, and you seem to be wrapped up in this little crime life that Aurora has built for herself, even though I just caught her breaking into my apartment to steal my laptop. Anyway, you're gonna help us, because you're my friend, and I am holding you a little bit responsible for this.
There's the sound of a like motorcycle starting up, like boom.
If you're about to say you're going through a tunnel, I swear to God.
No, I'm not going through a tunnel. I'll be back in a bit. Where do you want me to meet you?
I'm gonna talk to Moxie and see if she can't help us hash some of the Stephanie stuff out. So pennies, I guess.
Ooh, maybe Moxie can be her mom.
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
Well, she obviously needs a mom.
She just needs help, Vivi, okay?
I don't know, she's imprinting on anything she comes across like a duckling.
Yeah, well, she was abandoned and she's 19 and an idiot, so.
Worked out fine for me. She hangs up.
Did it? It's a phone down.
Okay. We'll come back to that situation. So we'll come back to the conversation with Moxie and then Vivi arriving. But let's do the situation at the North Star first. So, Penny, you and Vic pull up.
Yes, and I'm gonna we did get the ominous gif of we know, so I'm gonna assume that Penny gets an elaboration on that, so we do get the heads up that these people know about Anima?
If pressed in the Snapchat, he just goes,
Okay.
they've got some sort of weird device detector thing. She came straight to my room.
Piper's gonna come into the Snapchat and be like, is this really something that we want the messages deleted after 24 hours for?
As she sends that, there's just Feng holding on to each message. Delete, delete, delete. Because RJ
I'm never
learned that
gonna
that's a
keep track
function.
of what happened.
There's a message from an unknown number that says, you guys really need to learn how to use burner phones.
Who is this? Can they hack
How did you get
Snapchat?
into the Snapchat? this
It's a
group message
Snapchat?
it's invitation only.
No, Vivi found her way into the Snapchat with a
Vivi
different phone number like every 2
Broke
weeks.
her way in. That makes sense.
Vivi just keeps busting up in the Snapchat like, hey, losers.
Or
It's me again.
my idea
Look
is she
what I
just gets
stole.
another burner phone. And she adds that burner phone with her first burner phone before she throws it away.
Snapchat has like 70 people in it. Like 60 of them are Vivi.
She names each account after one of her bees. It's Beatrice, Susan B. Anthony.
Yes.
Now I just want all of the bees to have Snapchats, because I would follow the shit out of that. That would be amazing.
The one male drone,
Can they
Beanard.
get an Insta?
I'm
Can
gonna
she-
make us
can-
a Snapchat in real life.
Oh my god. I'm sorry.
We're getting distracted.
We're getting very distracted. She lets Vic know that these people somehow know about Anima and can detect it.
Right, okay. And Vic is currently, I assume he was probably driving his car over and you were riding shotgun in it. Just like a Lexus. It's nice. He's a very practiced and successful attorney. Is actually like in a light gray suit right now. Very light fabric for the desert heat. Pulls his jacket out of the back seat and begins to put it on. Doesn't wear a tie or anything though, and it's unbuttoned a couple down. Opens up the console and pulls out his license, his attorney's credentials, and says, "I can keep them distracted for a bit, but if they have warrants, there's probably not much I'm going to be able to do here."
Do what you can, and we'll figure out something.
All right. Just don't do anything stupid, okay?
So when I said we'll do something, I can't guarantee that that thing isn't stupid.
Well, just don't tell me what it is. Okay.
Great.
All right. Pops the door, steps out, adjusts his jacket a little bit, and goes walking over to the small crowd of FBI or AIM agents, half of whom are currently trying to change the tire on the van. And you hear him yell, it's like, I'm looking for the special agent in charge, Vic Isa, and goes moving in. You see one of the agents, a woman with bob, black hair, step out to meet him, and they begin to talk.
We'll try to sidestep around, glare at any agents that try to stop her, and try to make her way inside to find the thing.
There's probably I mentioned there's like a side or a back entrance to the shop that you might be able to use if you don't want to go through the front door.
We'll do
Goes
that.
like right into the kitchen.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Feng has made
and I
tea
mentioned
to calm his grandma down.
Grandma's sitting at the table, Feng working in the kitchen. And as you walk in, she begins to say, she says, I told you all to use the front. Oh, Penny, hi.
Hi, Grandma.
It's not really a great time for business right now.
I know. My Uncle Vic is talking to the agents right now. He's an attorney.
Oh, is he the nice one with the short hair? Wears the horrible shirts?
Not today. He looks quite official.
Good. Well, that's good. Hopefully he can get them to give my damn property back. Or at least get out of my house.
Probably at least the second one. Feng, can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah, give me a moment. He takes a steamer basket off the fire, puts it down on the counter, walks over. Hey.
Okay. Uncle Vic is gonna try to work his legal magic or whatever, but he says if they have a warrant, there's not much that we can do. So, what do we mean to make sure they don't take?
Feng will walk with Penny, like, upstairs as they chat. And a lot of the stuff that they're taking has a lot of phantom signature to them. The lead, whatever, L, she has this thing, it detects powers, I guess. I tried to blow out one of their tires, and as soon as I did that, she came up the stairs.
Great. Okay. So, if and when we use anima, it needs to be probably the last thing that we do before we get everything out of there. Okay. Do you know how many? Do you know what they look like?
I've got a rough idea. We keep a ledger in the back.
Okay. Get me names, get me descriptions, and I think we need to call Moxie. Grimaces when she says it.
Maybe we should clue in Vivi on this if we're going to do a caper. This is her area of expertise.
If Piper hasn't stabbed her yet, I think they're going to be busy with something else.
Why?
Oh boy. While they're like walking over to the ledgers, did you know that Piper had a sister?
As someone who has run Piper's fan blog, I would think that it's not discussed.
She's never mentioned it.
No, I didn't know Piper had a sister.
I guess she's a bit of a black sheep, and their folks kicked her out. And apparently she's run jobs with Vivi.
Ooh. Oh no.
Yeah. And the latest of those, not with Vivi, that I'm aware of, she tried to rob Stephanie.
Oh no. Feng's picking up a laptop.
Yeah. So they're going to work on that, I think. So we might be on our own for this. But my thought, let Moxie know what there is, scope it out, and then maybe she can blink in, grab what we don't want them to take, and blink out again.
The problem with that is if that detector goes off, then all those thugs are gonna be swarming the van.
But we didn't do it. And the person that did is going to be several miles away.
Feng boots up his laptop, types in like a very extended password. Can I see your phone?
Yeah.
Turns her phone off, takes out the memory card adapter in, uploads the entire doc of the ledger to it. Out, in, on, hands it back to Penny. I don't know exactly one for one what has phantoms inside of it, but it's a majority of what's inside.
Okay. Look around, search for things, and then call Moxie?
Okay. Let's cut back and have the conversation with Piper talking to Moxie first, and then that'll probably get interrupted by this. So, Piper, you and Aurora are back at. You've had the conversation with Vivi. You're back at the Isa estate. Moxie is currently. She's on the back patio. Has her laptop out and is currently working on something. Given that she has revealed it, she is not currently wearing her sunglasses, so you see her dark, tinted eyes kind of glistening slightly in the sunlight.
What time is it?
It's mid to late morning, probably like 10 or 11.
Okay. I'm gonna bring her a cup of coffee.
Okay. Is Aurora with you?
Yes.
Or you have her wait in the house? Okay. She gives, like, as you enter, like, she gives a whistle and is kind of looking around. You can see her kind of scoping the place as you are as you're moving through, but I assume you don't let her out of your sight.
Nope.
Now two fucking thieves are in my house.
You take a cup of coffee out to Moxie, and she looks up. She's, "Oh, good morning. I'm surprised everyone was gone when I got up."
Yeah, it's been a weird day.
Right. Anything I need to know about?
Coffee.
No, thank you. Who? She looks behind you. Who's this?
Well, it's complicated. So this is really hard for me. I need your help.
Right. She closes the laptop. Well, I'm here to help. Aurora kind of looks around and kind of looks around the yard. It's sort of almost like noticing Moxie for the first time. Like, looks her up and down. Are those colored contacts? Those are really cool. Yes, they're contacts.
Read the room.
Who is this?
Moxie, this is my sister. Aurora, this is Moxie. Penny's cousin.
Hi. Nice to meet you. Moxie looks from her back to you, back to her, and she goes, "Ah, right. I can see the resemblance.
We don't look anything alike. I don't know why people keep saying that.
You look more alike than I think you probably recognize. The hair makes it difficult, but
Yeah, our parents always hated that.
and Aurora, I think, like pulls out a chair loudly, sits down at it at the on the at the patio table, and says, "So is she your girlfriend?"
Not yet. How you've ever gotten away with stealing anything is beyond me.
Well, I know how to make distractions, at least. The quiet part was always kind of difficult.
Yeah, it's not a distraction when they're looking directly at. Why am I giving you advice for stealing things? I'm sorry. It's been kind of a day. And a night. And a morning.
I'm understanding that. So, how can I help here? You in some sort of trouble?
Yes. I wanted to talk to you about Stephanie.
Right. All right. The casino mogul.
Right. Aurora may have a problem with her, and I honestly don't. Okay. This is very hard for me. This is my sister. She is a thief. She has been stealing things since she could walk, and now she basically does it professionally. She's been arrested for things. It's a whole big deal. I don't want to get into it. She tried to steal from Stephanie and got caught.
All right.
And I do not feel like that is something I can deal with on my own.
To be fair, almost caught. Like they didn't actually catch me.
They made you.
Semantics. Okay, I get it.
That's literally that's what you said.
Just trying to make a good impression here, okay? Moxie smiles, says, "Right. So, yes, I'm afraid that might be a little outside of my expertise as far as this sort of thing, but I assume you're concerned that about the more..." She kind of looks back and forth between the two. Is she...
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Show me. And Aurora, show you. What? Right.
Arc.
Oh, so she. Oh, yeah. And there's like a moment of pause, and then suddenly there's like a flash of light behind her.
Plug your ears.
And Ark appears and says, "I'm here. Where are we now? Oh, this is nice. Do we live here now?" And she says, I mean, maybe. I'm not really sure with it. This is your girlfriend Penny's place. So like we stay in here. You know, we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about it later. Right.
He loves to talk about things.
Huh. All right. So
So that part seemed like maybe it was a little bit in your wheelhouse, and honestly, Moxie, I don't know who else to ask for help. because I'm kind of an idiot, but I'm not about to try to take down Stephanie by myself.
Yes. I don't know much about Stephanie, unfortunately. That was sort of the nature of my observations lately. She seems to be very tied up in her business, very rarely leaves. I think probably lives at that casino. I suppose it means, are you asking because you're looking for an in to speak with her, or because you're looking to assassinate her? What's the play here?
I just need her off her backs. I don't know that I am capable of killing her or anything like that. But I would just put on the Piper face and go in and make a deal with someone, and oh my god. But I don't feel like it's gonna work here.
Right. Well,
And you're better at this than me.
I can't be much direct help because I can't actually enter the casino. But I don't know whether this Stephanie is actually an anima user or simply has a ties to the phantoms, or I've encountered in the past people that have developed or had connections, used these entities for their own gain. A lot of them seek power and manipulate humans for that purpose, so it's possible she has a tie with them. If that's the case, then I'd say that falls well within our purview to take this into our own hands and remove her. So if you're looking for a moral justification for removing her as a problem, if you can find more information, I would support that action. I've just been looking for evidence myself. But from all I know, is that she is almost always at that casino. She has her hands in a lot of business around the strip, and she has ties to some very powerful phantoms. So, my number one advice would be to be careful. To simply find another solution, but that doesn't seem like an option.
Yeah.
Aura says, I'm a bit lost here. What's a phantom? Moxie gives like a deep sigh and says, that's a longer story, I think. She really is very new at this, isn't she?
Extremely.
Right. Well, I will let you explain that part of what we do to her. You're lucky that you haven't encountered one. I don't know the full situation here, but I would recommend keeping her here at the estate until we know more. Because if Stephanie is angry or has some sort of grudge against your sister, and Stephanie has connections with phantoms, we might see another attack like we did at the casino last night.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
Right. And at that point, she gets Moxie's phone begins to ring. 1 second. Hold on. Penny?
Moxie, gonna need a hand with something.
Of course. I'm having Piper with something right now. Is it urgent?
Yes. I don't want to take you away from that. Actually, I do want to take you away from that, but really, as quickly as possible and then have you return exactly where you are. Long story short, there are some federal agents here at Feng's grandma's antique shop, which also has several phantom touched relics at it, and they're trying to seize all of it. Any way that you could pop over here, take the phantom related stuff, and pop away really quickly, because apparently also these federal agents are able to detect anima usage. Maybe I should have led with that. That was probably the most important part. These federal agents can detect anima.
These agents, are they from AIM?
You know about them?
Is one of them a very sour-faced woman with short black hair?
Oh yeah, you know about them. Yep, she is here. Uncle Vic is doing his legal thing, but they do have warrants apparently.
All right. Send me the address and I'll meet you nearby.
Okay.
Feng's
See you soon.
looking out the window down at the van and kind of muses to himself. Hey, why are all the evil women we deal with wear power suits?
It's a look.
Way to call me out.
Text her the address real quick.
She hangs up. Sorry, I have to help Penny. What else do you need from me?
Wow, this is really hard. Are you sticking around for a while? Are we gonna keep doing the training thing?
Yes, I'm here until the business we discussed last night is sorted out.
I want Aurora to join us for training. If she's gonna learn from somebody, I'd much rather it be you instead of me.
Now, when you say training,
Shut up.
Yes, I think that would be very beneficial for her.
Okay, I'll.
We will discuss that more later.
Yeah, I'll get her up to speed.
Right.
Seriously.
I'll be back.
Thank you.
Of course. I'll be back in a flash. And you see Ion appear and sort of like lands on his shoulder, this little sprite form, kind of casting off this like frost behind it. And as it touches her shoulder, there's almost like the after image of Moxie in the chair for a second, and she vanishes along with a cup of coffee. And Aurora like sits back, she just, that was cool. Is she gonna teach me how to do that?
Not exactly.
And we will say, right at that point, you hear the telltale sound of a motorcycle engine cutting off in the around the front of the house. So I think let's do the scene with Feng and Penny, unless there was something, Vivi, you want to do as you arrive.
That makes sense. But I do have like an out of character question.
Yes.
Does Vivi know whether or not Stephanie, God, does she know whether or not she has an anima?
I don't think you know. I don't think you've ever seen her do one, but maybe there was one point where she noticed your you assume that she is because she has and maybe in some of your dealings before, she has noticed your use of Vespa.
Okay. All right. hate that shit. All right, that's it. I'm gonna do more thinking.
All right. Feng and so I think Moxie's gonna meet you like a block over, like behind, like down an alleyway from. It doesn't want to like get too close to the house initially, so she's not spotted. She doesn't want to come inside because the agents
There's
are
a
in there.
7-Eleven.
Sure.
Because
the
there's always a
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven.
Penny, does Penny go to meet her? Does Fang go to meet her?
Yeah.
Okay. The two of you duck out, go down to the 7-Eleven, and she is waiting for you at the 7-Eleven with a slushie, and as you approach, she's wearing her sunglasses again. Waves as you come up. Says, "Right, so aim. Yeah, all right. What do you need?"
Well, for one, they have a van full of phantoms right now.
Phantoms or phantom adjacent?
Considering that the relic I was supposed to, well, the thing I was supposed to deliver over to Penny housed a phantom, I'm just gonna assume that they all have phantoms inside of them, just to be safe.
Right. Why do you... we'll talk about it later. Okay.
You didn't know Feng's family is part of the Song family?
Oh. I did not. Yeah. A lot makes sense now. I thought I recognized. Yes. I haven't had direct business with them, but I am familiar. Right. So, okay. I can do my best to get as much out as I can, but I have had dealings with this agency before, and they will know.
Apparently they already do.
Well, regardless of how fast I move, I probably have one trip in and out before they... Maybe two, if I'm fast enough.
Yeah,
all right. Maybe we go back to the house so they at least see that we're there and we're not actively using an anima, and then you do your thing.
The detection method that you saw before was Agent M, N,
L.
O, L. Was she the one carrying it?
Yeah.
Could you get your hands on it? Or disable it in some way. Anything you can do to distract them will make it easier for me to get in and out. The closer proximity that she is to the van, the harder it will be for me. It seems to have some sort of range to it, and it's not that far. So either get it from her, or lure her somewhere else, and I can potentially get everything out the back.
Ooh, nope. Mm-mm. Bad idea. Nope. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
What's the bad idea?
We could smash one of the phantom vases.
You're right. Bad idea.
Yeah, that's, you know.
I really don't want to confirm that you have phantom faces for her.
Well, if
That's
she's
a good point.
taking them, it's probably already confirmed. They know a lot more than you might realize.
I really didn't want to do this. Okay. Time to go full aliens.
Like H.G. Wells or
I was thinking
Sigourney
more history.
Weaver?
I was thinking more History Channel guy with the crazy hair.
Ah, okay.
I'll be here. I will take everything back to the house. When you have the all clear, text me.
Okay.
Will do.
Right.
Feng steps into the 7-Eleven, buys like a box of taquitos and 2 slushies, hands one to Penny. I guess we begin to walk back.
Right.
So, by aliens, what do you mean? Like,
I may have been a member of several online forums in my younger days.
like a guy online?
Maybe.
Huh.
I grew out of it, okay?
Inflation's crazy. All right. So, what do you want to do with your forum powers?
I just meant that I think I have a lot of ammunition to keep her busy.
You know what? That sounds dark enough that I should not ask any more questions. All right.
So you both get back to the North Star. They're still working. You can tell they're kind of finishing up. Maybe bring up the last few things from the basement. Penny, what are you going to do?
Okay, I was just gonna have her go full-blown aliens on them, but actually RJ just gave me a really good idea. While they're walking back, can Penny jump onto some online forums and send out an all call for any and all conspiracy theorists on these forums that there is a shady government agency shaking down a very popular and family-owned antique shop right now, and damn the fucking man, we have to stop it immediately.
Okay. I think this will be a contacts roll to create an advantage.
Can I argue for crafts? As she is going to do her computery powers to literally hit all of the forums at once.
Okay, so it's less about who you know and more about just like
Sheer
just
volume as
okay.
quickly as possible.
Okay, I'll allow that.
Okay.
Gonna hack the planet.
Gonna hack the planet and find all of the folks. All right, so that's +3. Okay. So plus, oh, jeez. Okay, 2 pluses, 2 minuses. So that cancels. So it's a 3.
Okay. I forgot to say what difficulty I was setting this at, but I was thinking somewhere around a 2 or 3. So either way, that succeeds. Here's what I will say happens then. So you're gonna create the event. Let me double check with you, Ty. Okay, so we'll say go with the aspect of the free invocation. So this is how this goes down. The rest, you get on the computer, you do your thing, send it out, and there isn't like an immediate response. You're kind of waiting and you're anxiously looking outside for like this to have some effect. I assume like focusing on the Las Vegas area,
Yes.
the nearby, so that you'll get an immediate response. And so
Maybe
after
there's
this
a
goes out,
convention going on. Maybe they all come over in a shuttle bus.
So yeah, I think maybe something similar. So what happens is there's a few minutes, maybe like 5-10 minutes pass, where you are just kind of waiting on pins and needles. Like you're watching them load the last couple things in. They're closing up one of the doors to the back as they've loaded in everything big. They finished replacing the tire. They're that's given a pretty like they're getting ready to go, and you see some of them beginning to head to like other vehicles they came in besides this main SUV. And then you begin to hear some buzzing, and a few drones begin to pass overhead. And they begin to like skim down closer, and you watch some of the agents looking up and beginning to talk amongst themselves. Vic is kind of keeping Elle a bit distracted, and she breaks off from the conversation. It's been a bit heated, and you hear him yelling some legal precedent at her, and her ignoring it, and him making threats to file a complaint with her department, and so all this sort of stuff. Like, he's really putting on a show. But everything kind of goes quiet. It's like a couple of these, like, you see like 2 and then a few more until there's like 10 or 15 drones just like hovering overhead in the air, all of them with like GoPros like pointed down towards the ground. You see like then like a few cars pull up, parking at the end of the street, and you see some people getting out of vehicles with phones out, taking video. The agents like get out of their cars and begin to move like to kind of block them off, and creating a little bit of chaos here. So we can just you create an aspect. I don't know if you have a name for this aspect, unless you just want to go with aliens.
I think aliens is pretty good. RJ, did you have one?
I was gonna say crowdsourced.
Ooh, I like that. Crowdsourced. Yeah.
I like that too. All right. Do you text Moxie, or is there any other distractions you want to create?
Feng will turn to Penny. We should go out the back and in different directions. Flare your power as Moxie goes in.
Okay. And then drop it.
And then drop it. Yeah, that should ping the box at least and bring Elle somewhere else.
Okay. This is really bad. Do it behind one of these folks.
Well, might as well try to implicate someone, right? It's just full of crime.
Honestly, if I know most of these folks, and I did know some of them, getting arrested by a shady government agency is like on all of their bucket lists. So we'll probably be doing someone a favor.
I think I'll toss her a change of clothes.
Right.
Skies, hi.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So the two of you are disguising yourselves a little bit, mingling amongst the crowd, and trying to flare some of your abilities to like draw some attention. I would probably, so this will be another like creating an advantage. So this will create another aspect that could be invoked. I'm thinking either I think provoke is probably like either provoke or deceive were the two I was thinking of. And I'll set the difficulty of this at a we'll say a 2 again.
Ooh. Okay. 4 is just null, right? 4 is null. 2 nulls. 2
Oh, you're rolling
pluses.
d6s. I was confused.
Yes. Yeah, sorry. So I got 2 4s, a 6, and a 5. So that's a +2.
I don't know how the conversion works. For
I think
that,
it is. It's like 1 and 2 is like a minus, 3 and 4 would be a null, and then 5 and 6 would be a plus.
That's correct.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So I got +2.
And are you using provoke?
+2, I was using deceive.
Oh, deceive.
So that's
okay.
a 4.
4. Okay. So Feng, you tie, so you don't create an aspect, or you do get a boost. So again, not as successful. I'm thinking maybe like again, really trying to throttle your power here. Perhaps
Really
for
trying to
Feng.
throttle, but then realizing, no, dial it back, dial it back.
Yeah.
There's a crowd
like,
full of people.
like trying to keep it so much under control that you kind of give like a little like bloop on the radar. You're like maybe like throttled it back too much where they're like it's enough that it pings her device, and so she knows something happened in this crowd over there, but not maybe enough to fully draw her attention. So Penny, you succeeded, so you get a situational aspect with the free invoke.
Okay.
Try to think of what the aspect we could call that.
Bait and switch.
That works. Yeah.
She, one of these people probably has like a picket sign that they just keep handy at all times. So she's gonna get behind that guy and flare, and
Okay.
and then slink back into the shadows with the crowd.
Yeah, and you hear a beep 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 beep, and Elle immediately like whips around towards the crowd, and she moves that way, but also sends a couple of her agents. Like she's not going to move too far away from the center of the action, and like in her station of command, does draw her a bit from the van, and sends a few of her agents there. But she seems very focused on that spot.
Texting Moxie.
All right, and you text Moxie. Moxie is going to do her thing. So I'm going to have competing roles here for both of them, and I got to figure out all the stuff that's going to apply here. So I'm going to roll for Moxie first, and then I'll roll for Elle. So Moxie gets to use drive when speed would play a factor in overcoming an obstacle or creating an advantage. Her drive is a +6. So she's starting with that. And then we have 2 free invokes, and well, I'm just gonna roll for this, and then we'll figure out everything else after. So I need y'all to help me keep track of numbers. She rolls a 6.
So +2 for the first invoke, +2 for the
If
other
she's using this all right now, the boost she has to use now because it's only used on the first thing, so we'll just automatically give that to her. So it puts her at an 8. We can wait on the invokes though, in case one of y'all might need to use them.
Or in case she wants to go back a second time
Yeah.
and to get more shit. Yeah. Okay, so she's at an 8.
So she's at an 8 right now. The boost is gone. And then Elle is going to roll her notice. Which is she only has a +2 for notice, so it's not nearly as big. But she has the aspect of the we'll see what she rolls first, and then
If Moxie succeeds with style, could she just teleport the entire van away?
I feel like they might have a low jack up in there, so we might still be in some trouble if that's the case.
That's a 1. There are 2 of you in the scene. She gets 2 fate points that she could use. The most that she could bring that to is a 5. So yeah, that's 1. She would use her fate point to invoke her monitor for to detect that, bring it to a 3. And I would say she would use her aspect of stoic and composed to bring that to a 5. That's both of her fate points, but still not enough to beat Moxie. So that would be a succeed with style for her overcome roll, which you succeed with style, you get a boost in addition to gaining your goal. And I will give her the boost undetected on her first one here. So she runs in, grabs grabs as much as she can on her first grab. I will go ahead and do one more roll from her for her second trip to see if she can get the rest of it, because we already established she's not gonna be able to get all of it in one trip. I'll do that real quick. So she's gonna roll drive again. That's a 6 again. God, she rolls so well. I'm glad I nerfed her with the stuff. She would just destroy all of this. So that's another 6. Elle is going to one more time for notice. That's a 1. She won't be able to get there. So here's how I think this plays out then. uh, all of this chaos happens. One of the people in the crowd is I think actually it's not localized enough where one is grabbed, but I think like 3 of the people in the crowd are grabbed and are brought like forcibly brought towards the van. Elle is like her sensors going off. It's still going off, not enough that she would see anything or notice anything from the van before. So she doesn't pick up any additional signatures. So she's looking at the thing, kind of like hitting it a few times, trying to figure out like if it's malfunctioning. Holding it up to the 2 of them. The 2 of you use this chaos to kind of slip away, and as all of this sort of winds down, the 2 of you are you returning back to the North Star?
Yeah.
Straight back up to his room, swaps clothes.
Yeah, swap out of clothes, drinking Slurpees, looking like we're looking out the window. Like, what the fuck's going on down there?
There is a moment of like, there's still chaos in the street, and the crowd is being dispersed. You just hear the sound of the doors opening to the back of the van one more time, and you just hear a yell of rage unlike any that you have heard before come from Elle from outside, and she begins shouting at her agents to sweep the area immediately, and you hear footsteps thundering into the North Star again. The door to Feng's room like bursts open, and you see a very out of breath Agent Elle like storming into the room, sees the 2 of you, holds up the device.
Keto?
Is that a taser? What the hell?
Fuck. She turns around and she storms back down the stairs. And that's where we're going to end this scene there. And I want to say, is there anything? So let's do the Vivi and Piper interaction as our, because I want to resolve that before we wrap up. So, Vivi, you come in to the Isa front entrance, and you see Piper kind of straight through on the back patio with a spiky blue-haired girl sitting beside her that you probably know immediately as Aurora.
Vivi like walks up, looks up at the balcony, like takes off her sunglasses, and then she's just gonna like scarf jump up there and like Batman stand on the railing. And she goes, "Hey, Piper," and then she glares at Aurora.
Hey.
Hi, V.
3 rules, Aurora. I gave you 3 rules. Always hedge your bets, delete your social media, and don't fuck with the Platinum Star. What did you do?
Is Twitter social media?
Oh my god.
You tried to give her more than one rule?
I understand that rule following is kind of a problem for us. But these are important
What about
rules.
Snapchat? Does that count?
Yes.
She like looks
Okay.
back and forth between Piper and Aurora.
Wait, you have a Snapchat?
Yeah.
You gonna add me?
I just figured that you probably I didn't know which account was your personal one. All I could find was the Piper fan account, and
You have
very difficult to.
my literal phone number.
Oh, you hear a bing on your phone.
Thank you.
There's a thump as Vivi drops down onto the balcony. So how are we dealing with this?
Well, We're figuring that part out. I tried to ask Moxie what she knew, but she was less than helpful in that regard. She tried, but I think you're sort of the authority on Stephanie, so.
She like looks at Aurora like appraisingly, and she says, "Did she catch you?"
When you say caught, I mean, she made me, yeah.
She made you what?
I bumped into her and tried to lift her wallet. I may have been using Arc to help.
Stephanie can see anima.
I didn't know that. I know it now.
And you didn't need to know that if you stayed away from her.
Well, I think if you had told me that up front, then maybe I wouldn't have tried in the first place.
If Vivi is somebody you trust and she told you to stay away from somebody, why didn't you?
Because I thought...
No, that's the thing, Aurora. You didn't. You didn't think. I'm sorry, Faye.
I just thought that would impress you.
Out of character, impress who?
You!
Vivi. I thought you told me to stay away because they're dangerous or cool or that's your turf or something. And I thought that if I could... That'd show you I was the real deal. And that was legit.
This is not happening. I'm not your mentor or your babysitter or whatever. I gave you some hints, we did a few jobs, and then we parted ways. That was it. Okay?
She kind of like sinks down into her chair. Like she still has her hood up right now and almost like retreats back into it. She seems very upset.
Hey, listen. She like kind of squats next to her. You told me you didn't have a family.
I don't really. My parents don't care about me. Piper's too busy.
Obviously, too busy. I've clearly got better things to be doing.
Vivi like gets a really gets a really like it's not pity, it's like commiseration. She like gets a sympathetic look on her face, and she looks up at Piper and she says, "Hey, can we have a second to talk alone?"
Yeah, because that's clearly gone very well for her in the past. I'm sorry. I've had a rough day. That is not entirely your fault. Yes. Just sort of stands up and walks out of the room.
What do you want?
What do you mean?
What do you want out of all of this? Like, do you want to be a thief? Do you want a family? Like, what is going on here?
Trying to decide if this is a roll. I don't know if empathy applies here. I think rapport would probably be the closest to this. I mean, you've said so. What I'm framing this as a role is that she's getting a lot of mixed signals with the yelling and the like attitude towards her. So I think it's going to take it's going to take some convincing. So I think to overcome this right now, Vivi's going to have to roll rapport.
Oh my god, I don't think I have rapport. No, I do not. Okay.
Can I give her some of mine? I have so many.
No, unless you can think of a way to give it a like where you want to create an advantage for her, Piper. But I can't. I don't think anything has happened in this scene.
I don't
that is
think
set up
Piper
for that.
wants to create an advantage for her, to be honest.
Yeah. So we'll do. You roll rapport. She's gonna roll will. Do I want to do this as a contest? I don't think she's really trying to oppose you. Her will is a 1, though. I'm only going to set this difficulty at a 1.
Okay. Well, I got a -1.
Okay. So you can either fail, which means you don't get your goal, or you can get what you're after. Or so it says you can fail, which means you don't attain your goal or get what you're after, or you can succeed at a serious cost. So you get to decide here. What I think the way that I would frame this as, like, what is I guess what I should ask you is, what is Vivi's motivation here? Like, is she actually like, what is she trying to get at?
I think she's suspicious of her because, like, Stephanie's been after her since day 1, and she said she made me. She got caught by Stephanie, and she made me. And I don't know if, I don't think Vivi's aware of Stephanie's abilities from the past or, like, from the other timelines. But I'll invoke an aspect for this if I have to. Like, there is some, like, there is some distrust going on here, and she's trying to figure out what's going on, and she knows that, like, she's gonna clam up if you like start targeting her, and she's trying to, like, take the nice guy route to find out what the heck is going on here.
Yeah, you can invoke an aspect. Which aspect do you want to invoke?
Eidetic amnesiac. Which
Okay.
is to say, like, all of the weird since she has been so weirdly fucked with in the time stream, like, there's some instinct in her that says that, like, Stephanie is bad news.
Okay. Yeah. So more so you're framing this as you're succeeding based on your, like, understanding of the situation, like, on a more macro level, and less of your being able to necessarily empathize with her right now.
She's just trying to play chess, and this is a dating sim.
So the way I will frame that then, so you tie because you got a -1.
I did.
Okay, so that puts you at a 1. So you tie. So you get your goal, you achieve your goal, but at a minor cost. So I think this is what how it pans out. She looks up at you, and you can see like the beginning of, like, that the like tears, like, of, like, frustration, and just, like, there's been a lot of negative emotion being pushed at her in her direction right now, and she's 19 and not really sure how to respond to any of this. And so she says, I don't know what I want, okay? Piper and I don't have a good relationship. That's mostly my fault. Fuck my parents. I don't care about them. I just want to be good at something. I want someone to tell me that just want to stop fucking everything up. And like, I know I'm not stupid. I know that we're not friends, and fine. I just wanted somebody to tell me I was good at something.
I think Vivi just sort of stands up, leans on the railing, and listens to her talk. And then she just sort of like looks over her shoulder and she says, "You want to be good at something?"
Yeah.
Then listen to me. 3 rules, okay? Lay low. Take lessons from Moxie. And stay the fuck away from the Platinum Star.
So is this like in addition to the other 3 rules? Or are these 3 new rules?
Obviously those ones aren't working. Forget about those rules. These are the 3 rules now.
Okay. Right. So are you and my sister dating, or?
Not yet. Scarf whip away.
And that's what we call the rule of 3s, everyone.
We got there eventually.
I want to end with this, because I think there's more conversations that need to happen with Piper and Aurora. I think there's a lot more to get into, but we're running low.
We're not going to end with that. I mean, we could have just buttoned on that. No, I'm just kidding.
There's one thing I want to end with before we close out today. And if unless anybody has any extreme objections, I think Penny and Feng return back to later. It's late afternoon. Y'all come back to the house to see Piper, Vivi, and Aurora all kind of hanging out in the living room area. Maybe not talking. TV's on. Aurora's like flipping through channels. Piper probably having a drink. Aurora very frustrated that she's not been allowed one.
We've got pina colada slushies.
And as the 4 of you have this chat, are like reconnecting and kind of filling each other in on the course of the day, there's a sound of a car door closing outside. You hear the jingling of keys as somebody unlocks the front door. Walking inside, setting down a briefcase on a table in the front in the foyer, and then walking around the corner, you see a tall, thin man wearing a light blue navy suit, piercing blue eyes, and a slight smile on his face, as Penny, your dad, Paul, Isa, looks over the room. I didn't realize we had company tonight.
Yeah. We were just hanging out. I hope that's okay.
I'll order a pizza.
Thanks, Dad.
And he sets his phone on the counter. As he does, you see the solid gold wristband on his wrist glint in the light. And that's where we're going to end our session for tonight. Good session, everyone.
We have to kill my dad now.
Who said
Sounds like
that?
it's Saturday.
Comes a moment in every young woman's life when she has to fight and kill her
When
dad.
she has to kill her father.
I didn't realize what a precious baby Aurora was going to turn into.
We must
I
protect her at all
literally-
costs.
I was going into that conversation ready to threaten her, and I was like, damn it.
Wee baby.
If Stephanie
Uh.
puts hands on Aurora, I'm just gonna march Feng into that company office. Unbridled power.
Penny has at least
Bring the
one
whole building
gun.
down.
Yep.
But he has at least one.
At least one. There might be more.
She's got two right here.
Oh yeah.
It's Feng.
That's the gun she was talking about. Yeah.
Good session, everyone. So everyone gets a minor milestone that you can adjust what you need to. I think Danae did a good little summary that she posted in our Discord.
Bless Danae.
That's very. Thank you for making that. So yeah, everybody can add that. That's gonna be it for our session here tonight, everyone. So good stuff. Everyone out there that's watching can join us tomorrow if you liked what you saw here today. 3 of us are going to be in Slang 201 tomorrow at 4 o'clock Eastern time. We're going to be playing Monster of the Week, getting back into the slaying verse, as we are calling it. Some people are calling it. Join us for the rest of the week. Join us for the rest of the week for our streams on Monday. We have The Forgotten. Tuesday, we'll be back for Tabletop Tuesdays. Thursdays, we will be starting our little mini series, mini arc for the next 3 weeks of Urban Shadows, name to be determined. And on Friday, we'll be back for Neon Souls. Thank you to my lovely players for making this game ever so enjoyable to run and coming along with me for my melodramatic bullshit. And thank you to everyone out there for watching and engaging in the chat. We will see you all. Oh, does anybody have anything they want to promote before we get going?
Me and RJ are gonna be on LB's channel tomorrow playing masks.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
also the last session of Rime of the Frost Maiden over at the Indoor Adventures.
Finale.
Watch
I
all
hear
of
people
those.
are gonna die.
They better.
Of fun.
Watch all the streams, follow us in all the places, click all the links, all that fun stuff. And because everyone here makes a lot of good stuff and are very good performers and creators. We will see everyone back here in 2 weeks. And until next time, good game and good night, Internet.